What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Uh, Make sure to like and subscribe as I tune into the channel. As you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I was listening to Scat and Jason Whitlock debate about the Lakers. Scat seems to think that the Lakers are fool's gold. Jason Whitlock seems to think that if the Lakers continue to play the way that they play lately, that they could possibly make it to the championship, right? And I kind of lean towards what the way Jason Whitlock feels, right? Because if LeBron James accepts his role as the third option, and also he allows what's it, JJ Redick to coach, and stay out of the team way, or just do as much as he can to help the team, I think that the Lakers are really a threat. Luca, behind Luca, they definitely can score, right? They definitely going to be able to score with Luca and Austin Reeves leading the way. So they'll definitely be able to get baskets. But their problem is going to be on the defensive end. And so what you can do is if they cut LeBron James minutes and use him sparingly and then replace him with somebody who's more active on, at least more active on defense, along with DeAndre Ayton, who else? Marcus Smart. I think they have the pieces on their team to really be a legitimate threat to come out of the West. Or because and Scat did kind of admit it. He said that this big three that the Lakers have is the best big three in the league. I would have to definitely agree with that. But I'm gonna play the audio from Jason Whitlock's show and listen to these two guys, discuss what they think about the Lakers.
We could just do it a thou for a thou if you want.
Awesome. Thank you. That's what I was hoping for. That's we have a $1,000 challenge. All right, welcome back, Jay Skapanik. I'm going to turn the floor over to you so you can apologize to LeBron James and the Lakers. I think Miami of Ohio proved LeBron's point last night that winning matters, and I don't know why you guys are second guessing what the Lakers are doing. LeBron has accepted his role. He's performing at a high level in his role. And I'm connecting the two things. I see the skepticism about Miami. Well, they haven't beaten anybody. Well, LeBron and they've won 7 straight, man. 2 against the Houston Rockets. Been some other impressive victories in there. It's time to take the Lakers seriously. Am I right or am I wrong?
I think he's right. And I know a lot of people, even got LeBron James like detractors or LeBron James haters have to admit that. And I don't even know if it's so much about hating LeBron James or being a detractor, but I think it's about being fair and telling the truth, right? When you see LeBron James and the Lakers play the way that they should be playing, then you have to admit it. And so with them, the way they've been playing lately, I think they definitely could be a threat to come out of the West.
Jason, I don't like you soiling Miami of Ohio's good name by drawing some kind of a correlation to the LA Lakers. Look, Miami of Ohio, great win last night, great season, and very deserving for them to be in the tournament. So I'm glad that they won that game to get into the actual field. Shout out to them. But look, as for the LA Lakers, Jason, I'm just not I'm not falling for this fool's gold. All right, let me explain.
Winning is fool's gold.
Let me explain to you why this is fool's gold, Jason. Now, and let me make your case actually for you real quick. The Lakers 7 straight, yes, that's nice, but 10 of their last 11 overall now, and in that last 11 game span that I'm talking about, they are giving up just 110 points per 100 possessions. That is down from their season average of 116 points per 100 possessions. So they are playing drastically better defense over this 11-game window of sample size. They are the 6th net rated defense in the league over that span of time. If you go back to the month just before in February, they were the 19th net rated defense, and still overall for the season, they're like 20th or 21st. So the fact that they're playing for a large stretch of games as a top 10 defense, an upper echelon defense, when you have, that along with one of the best offensive engines on the planet in Luka Doncic, who's leading the NBA in scoring, 4th in assists. There's a lot of things presumptively that we should be liking about this LA Lakers team. So I understand, Jason, why you're falling for the fool's gold, but I refuse to take the trap here. I'm not going to get the rat poison like Nick Saban used to call it. All right.
Now, I mean, like everything that Scap just said really just makes, like he said, Jason Whitlock point. They winning, they playing better defense. So why not just give them credit? If they can sustain this and continue to play defense the way they've been playing, then I think they can have success better, do better in the playoffs than what a lot of people thought they would do.
Hold for 1 second. I mean, you beat Minnesota. You beat the New York Knicks. You beat Houston back-to-back. You beat Denver. What is not to like about this 10-game winning streak?
There's nothing not to like about it. They're looking much better than they were looking 11 games ago. But I'm going to just have to echo my previous sentiment from yesterday's show. Yes, like on the surface, you look at the LA Lakers, they have arguably the best big three in the entire NBA. I think there's three teams potentially in that mix. The Lakers, obviously, with Luka, AR, and LeBron. Then you've got, if Aaron Gordon is ever healthy, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and Aaron Gordon are in that mix. And then in my estimation, the true best big three in basketball, the Oklahoma City Thunder, if they're ever healthy, with Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So when you look at the Lakers and they have the best arguably big three in the league, health for health, when you look at those other three that I just mentioned, and they're playing this kind of upper echelon defense over the last 11 games, look, I understand why people are going to be talking up the Lake Show going into the playoffs. But I have to look at the Western Conference as a whole and their presumptive draw in just the first round of the postseason. Jason, last year, the Lakers were 20-17 on January 15th. Okay, they were in 7th spot in standing out west and not looking like they were going to get past the first round of the playoffs. From January 15th to the end of the season last year, they went 30-15 over that span, and they ascended all the way up to the 3 seed. And they still didn't get out of the first round. They won 1 game total in the postseason last year. A gentleman's sweep at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves. What has changed from last year to this year? Right now, there are 3 options the Lakers are going to draw in the first round. We know what those 3 options are. It's Denver, Houston, or Minnesota. I'm not even going to argue at this point that the Lakers can't and won't beat Houston. They just beat them twice in a 72-hour span on the road in Houston. Obviously, it looks like the Lakers have figured that out, and they will beat the Houston Rockets if that is the draw. Right now, it looks like it's going to be Minnesota or Denver. Denver is in the city.
And I think they can. I would, if I'm the Lakers, I wouldn't want to see Minnesota, but Houston and Denver. And the reason why I say they could beat Denver is because Denver, the injuries. Like if Aaron Gordon is not 100%, then I think that the Denver Nuggets are in trouble because all you have really is going to be the Joker. But I think they could beat Houston and Denver. Like I said, Minnesota is, pretty healthy, so they probably wouldn't be able to get past Minnesota.
Seed right now, and Minnesota is without Anthony Edwards for at least the next week, maybe the next 2 weeks. So if I were a betting man, I would be wagering that probably Denver or Minnesota will be in the 6, and the Lakers are going to be the 3. They have a 2-game lead on all of those 3 teams that I just mentioned, and they possess the tiebreaker against all 3. So the Lakers will be the 3. And if you're asking me, they're going to draw either Minnesota or Denver. I still think Minnesota beats them in a best of 7 like they did last year. And Denver, for all of the problems that they have and all of the horrific losses that they have had this year, they just had another one last night against the Memphis Grizzlies, who are intentionally trying to lose games. But for all of the issues, when you normalize the scheduling for the Nuggets, they're on the same rest as the Lakers. They're on the same travel days. There's no travel advantage going to LA. Aaron Gordon's not going to be sitting out games here and there in the playoffs. Peyton Watson's likely going to be back. Nikola Jokic generally has the Lakers number. I'm still taking the Nuggets or the Timberwolves to beat the Lakers. And even if the Houston Rockets are a possibility, fine. So what I'm telling you is the Lakers have a 33% chance essentially to win one single series this year in the postseason. Is that?
Well, yeah, I like I said, I disagree with him. I just think that he's not giving the Lakers credit for, I mean, and it's only 10 or 11 games, but I think he's still not, giving the Lakers. He more so taking the approach that, if you're Lakers, you just got to show him.
Last time they played Denver, last time they played Minnesota, they beat them. This iteration of the Lakers, I think, is new, where LeBron James is completely comfortable and committed to his role, being the third wheel and, when necessary, being the second wheel, or even if something goes haywire, he'd even be the first wheel. I think he's good with that. I think he's proven his point with Bronny. They're not forcing Bronny into games anymore. That it's kind of over. That LeBron has been backed into a corner, and he only has one option if he wants this thing to end well in Los Angeles.
And that's a good point. That's a really good point, because the more success, the further LeBron James and the Lakers go into the playoffs this year, the more likely that LeBron James will be able to come back with the Lakers next year. If they go, if they don't make the playoffs, then the Lakers may not feel they might not be as anxious to bring them back, because this plays into LeBron James' hands. The more successful these guys are, it makes him look good. He possibly could get another ring out of the deal. And if they bring him back next year as a Laker, he'll be retired as a Laker, which I think that for his legacy is better than retiring in Cleveland. And I think if LeBron James had the opportunity to do his farewell tour in Los Angeles, I think he'll prefer that over Cleveland, because it just looks, it's better for his legacy. So if all LeBron James have to do is play the third wheel, be the third option, and things work out for him, he'll still get the credit. He will still get the credit, and he'll be able to make the moves that he need to make for going into next season. So LeBron James, in my opinion, it's like a win-win situation for LeBron James. Excuse me. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.